In this video, I want to introduce the concept of quadratic equation, and the general form of quadratic equation is ax² plus bx plus c equals to 0. And this particular general form of quadratic equation was derived to or got simplified to give the general formula of quadratic equation, which is minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Alright, but in this video we're not concerned about the method used in solving quadratic equation, whether the quadratic formula or the factorization method or the completing of square method. We're interested in looking for the sum of roots, the product of roots, the equation of roots, and when the function is real and different, imaginary, and real and equal. But then I'm going to introduce 6 formulas. If you're comfortable with these formulas, then you can be able to solve any problem you have under this particular part of quadratic equation I'm introducing to you. So the first formula I want to introduce to you is for sum, when you have sum of roots. So sum of root is given by alpha plus beta, which is equal to minus b over a. Please take note of this formula. The second formula I want to introduce is for products of roots, and this is for when you have alpha beta. Of course, the relationship between alpha and beta here is multiplication. Okay, so this is c over a. And the third formula I want to introduce is for equation of roots. Equation of roots. And this is when we have x² minus alpha plus beta attached to x plus alpha beta, and this is equal to 0. So the next 3 parts I want to introduce is when you have what we call the discriminant, which is b squared minus 4ac, and when you have it to be, when b squared is greater than 4ac, then it means we have real and different. What if this b squared is less than 4ac? And then that is when we have imaginary. And then the final formula I want to introduce to you is when we have b squared equal to 4ac. And in this case, we have it to be real and equal. So let's look through some problems to see how we can make use of any of these things. So the first problem I want to introduce for us to solve is this. Let's find the root and the sum and product of the roots. Let me put it down. Find the sum and product of the roots of the equation let's put equations so that we have I to be 2x² minus 11x plus 3 equal to 0. So let's start with this. So for us to look for the root, the sum and product of the roots of this equation, the first thing you want to do is to introduce the general form of quadratic equation, which is ax² plus bx plus c equal to 0. When you compare this equation to this general form, you notice that your a is equal to 2. Of course, you've been doing this when you want to solve using formula method. You say your a is equal to 2, your b equal to minus 11, and then your c equal to 3. Maybe you are not told that this was what we used in doing the comparison, but please just take note of it. That's what we use. So remember, you're asked to find the sum and product. Let's start with the sum of roots. Sum of roots has the formula that I have introduced, alpha plus beta equal to minus b over a. Please do not forget that. And this is minus, what is your b? We have it to be minus 11 all over, what is your a? Your a is 2. and minus affecting this minus will turn to plus. So we have 11 over 2, and that is the answer for sum of roots. I hope that is simple. We don't care if it is proper or improper fraction in this case. Then what about when we talk about product of roots? Product of roots has the formula to be alpha beta, which is c over a. Alright, so what is c? C here is 3 over what is a? A is 2. So the answer becomes 3 over 2. So we are done. That essentially. Maybe in this question we're also asked to find the equation of roots. So for equation of roots, though it's not included in this question, but let me just add it. The equation of roots will be, the formula is x squared minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta equal to 0. So this we have x squared minus, what is your alpha plus beta, which is sum of roots? We have it to be 11 over 2 attached to x, plus what is alpha beta? That's 3 over 2, and this is equal to 0. So for us to make it to look like a quadratic equation of linear form, we need to multiply all through by the denominator 2. So if I multiply 2 by x squared minus 2 by 11 over 2x plus 2 by 3 over 2 equal to 2 by 0. That's multiplying the whole of the equation by 2, which is the denominator, the LCM. So 2 times 2x will give us 2x squared, and this 2 will reduce this 2, so that we have minus 11x. Then this 2 also will reduce this, so that we have plus 3. And of course 2 times 0 is 0. So this forms an equation of roots. And if you go back to the original equation, you can see that it's giving you exactly the equation given to you. So I hope this is simple. Thank you for understanding and then watching my video. I'll see you in the next video when we solve more problems under quadratic equation. Stay tuned.